Hi guys, you all are welcome back again to my YouTube channel. My name is Choma Juliet Obiefuna. If today is your first time here, thank you so very much for stopping by. Please do not leave without hitting the subscription button. Turn on your bell notification so that whenever I post a new video, you'll be the first person to see our video, okay guys? So in today's tutorial, we'll be learning how to draft and how to cut and sew this beautiful dress here. I have my materials here. And I'll be using the green one for the skirt part and the red one for the upper part. So if this is what you're interested in, let's just dive into the video without wasting much of our time, okay? So the first thing I'll do now is just to fold the fabric like this, and then after folding it, I'll start putting down the measurement. So the skirt's length is 20 inches, so I added 2 inches for hemming allowance. So I've gone ahead to mark the waistline, and then I'll count from that 1 inch to 8 inches for her hip line, and then the next thing is just the length. So the next thing is to divide her hip measurement by 4, put it down, and I added extra 2 inches allowance. So the next thing is to divide her waist measurement by 4, and I added 2 inches allowance as well. So for the down part, what I normally do is to get the measurement I have on the hip line and then deduct 2 inches from it, and that will be for the down part. So I'll just go ahead and connect the whole line, just as you can see me doing. Okay, if you have your ruler, you can go ahead and make use of your ruler. If you don't have, just go ahead and sketch with your free hand, as you can see me doing. So after that, I'll just go ahead and start cutting it out. So this is what it looks like after cutting, and I always like notching my skirt parts, especially the center part, so that I can be able to differentiate it from the down part. So I've gone ahead to fold another fabric, and I'll go ahead and place the first one on top, giving 2 inches extra allowance for the zipper allowance. Okay, giving 2 inches for the zipper allowance and for the flap down, because this skirt will be having a flap at the down part for easy movement. Okay, so I'm just trying to mark out the 2 inches down, and after I'm done, I'll just go ahead and place it on top and then cut it. So every other part is just the same thing as I cut for the front piece, apart from that zipper area. The only difference there is just the zipper area. But if you're making a skirt that you not put zipper, you can just go ahead and cut exactly the same thing you cut on the front piece. So I'm done cutting it, and this is what I have. So I'll just go ahead and slit it open like this, and then notch it so that I can be able to know the zipper allowance, know where the zipper allowance stopped. Okay, so the next thing I'll just go ahead and do is to divide her bust measurement by 6 to get the dot line, and then after that I'll just go ahead and put it down and notch. So that's just it. So after I'm done cutting it, the next thing I'll do is was to cut the band. Initially I cut 3 inches on fold, but after everything I reduced it to 2 inches. So what I'm just going ahead to do now is just to cut the lining parts, and after that we'll move into sewing parts. Okay, so I'm done cutting the lining, and this is what I have. So the next thing I'll just go ahead and do is to place the two lining together like this from the down parts, and after that I'll just go ahead and mark out 2 inches from the down part. Remember that we added 2 inches for hemming allowance on the main fabric, so I'm going to remove it from the lining, okay, because I'll be turning it up with my lining piece. So I'll just go ahead and cut it out, and then the next thing I'll do is to start sewing. So just go ahead and place the fabric, the right side facing up, and then place the lining on top of it. If you watch very closely, you'll notice that the 2 inches that I deducted from the down part. So what I'll just go ahead and do is to drag the lining down like this, and after dragging it down, I'll just go ahead and stitch the down part first. So first of all, let me just use pin and pin it down so that you can be able to know what I meant, okay guys. So after stitching the down part, I'll drag it up like this and then stitch its sides, the two sides. The only part that I'm not going to stitch here is just the upper part, and whatever I did on this one is what I'm just going to repeat on the other piece, okay. So I'm done stitching it, and this is what I have. This is what it looks like. So I'll just go ahead now and cut out the excesses, okay, and then flip it over like this. So this is what I have. So what I'll just go ahead and do now is to stitch the upper part, top stitch it, and whatever I did on this part, I'll do exactly the same thing on the other piece. So guys, I'm done doing it, and remember the that line that we created then. So I'll just go ahead and fold it like this so that I can be able to sew the dart, okay guys. I'll just go ahead and fold it like this, and then the next thing I'll just go ahead and do now is to pin it down first, and then I'll use my tape. I'll mark out half inches in like this, and then 5 inches down, okay. The 5 inches will be the length of the dart, and then the half inch will be for the width, okay. So as you can see my what I drew here, so I'll just go ahead and sew it following the line that I just drew, okay. Then I'll repeat the same thing on the other part, and whatever I did on the front part is what I'm just going to repeat on the back piece, okay guys. Please, if you do not understand it, you can just leave your question down the comment section, and I promise I'm going to attend to them all. So I'm done sewing it, and this is what I have. This is what it looks like, okay. So the next thing I'll just go ahead and do now is to show you guys the back piece of it. So can you see it? Then after that, I'll just go ahead and stitch the back area. What I'll just go ahead and do is to mark out 7 inches for the zipper, because I'll be putting a short zip for it, and then from mark out the area that remember that I mark out 2 inches for the zipper allowance, and I've also gone ahead to use half inch for the turning of the lining. So what I'll just go ahead and do is to mark out 1.5 inches, and after that I'll mark out 1.5 inches, and after that I'll come up from the down part with 5 inches for the flap, just as you can see me doing, and then I'll just go ahead and mark it out like this. Please, you have to watch closely so that you can be able to understand what I meant, okay. So after marking it like this, I'll just go ahead and sew, following the pen that I just drew now. Okay, following the line that I just drew now, and when I'm done, I'll come back and show you. So this is what I have. Can you see it? So, and we automatically have our flap. Can you see it? So what I'll just go ahead and do now is to top stitch it like this. I'll just go ahead and top stitch it to hold it down. Okay, and then I'll use hand needle to tack this part. So after that, the next thing I'll just go ahead and do is to start working on the zipper part. So this is the zip that I'll be using for this skirt. So the next thing I'll just go ahead and do is to I'll move over to my sewing machine now, and I'll just go ahead and stitch the zip. Okay, so watch me closely so that you can be able to understand how to put a zipper, in case if you don't know how to do that. Okay, so this is the zipper area. I'll just go ahead and place it on top of the zip like this, and I'll move over to my sewing machine and then stitch it down. But first of all, let me go ahead and pin it down with my pin. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and pin it down, and after that I'll move over to the sewing machine to stitch it. So after I'm done stitching it, this is what it should be looking like. But guys, let me just stitch it and come back and show you what is what it looks like. So I'm just going to stitch like this. Okay, okay, so I'm done stitching it, and this is what I have. Can you see how neat it comes out? Can you see it? So what I'll do now is to join the two pieces together, both the front and the back piece. Just go ahead and join it together. Okay, so let me just go ahead and pin it down with the pin, and after that go ahead and divide the waist measurement by 2. Okay, remember that when we cut by 4, so when you are closing it, you close it by 2, and then the remaining one you can just divide it by 2 equal half, put one at the other end and the one at the other end. Okay, so I'll also repeat the same thing on the hip line. I'll divide the hip measurement by 2. Okay, divide the hip measurement by 2, and then I'll just go ahead and put it down, and then I'll go ahead and measure the remaining ones, then divide it into 2 equal halves, and then put half at the other side and half at the other side. Then whatever I have on that hip line is what I'm just going to use and go down. Okay, so let me just go ahead and draw a guideline so that when I'm sewing, I'll just follow up the lines and sew. Guys, please, if you are still watching up to this moment, do not forget to give this video a thumbs up. Please give this video a thumbs up, and if you have not subscribed, please hit on the subscription button, turn on your bell notification. Okay, so I'm done sewing it, and this is what I have. Then the next thing is just to join the band. Okay, so I told you guys that I reduced it into 2 unfold, which is 4 inches. So what I'm just going ahead and do now is to fold them together like this. Okay, can you see it? Make sure that the right side is facing up, and then we'll start sewing. So there are 2 different ways of putting band. If you like, you can fold it like this and then start sewing it, or you can flip it over round the zipper and then start sewing. Okay, whichever way that you want all of them is just the same thing. It's going to give you the same result. So I'm done sewing it, and this is what it looks like. Then the next thing to do now is just to fold it over like this. Okay, fold it over like this, and then I'll just go ahead and move over to my sewing machine and then stitch down round. Okay, until I get to the under end. Okay guys, so and after that I'll just go ahead and show you the results. Can you see what we have here? This is what it looks like. My mannequin is not ready here, it's not yet here, but this is what I have. It's just very beautiful, very fine, and very neat. So thank you so very much for watching. Do not forget to like this video, subscribe if you have not, okay, so that you'll be able to see our video whenever we upload. Okay guys, thank you so very much for watching. See you guys on my next video. Bye.